Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video. And pretty much what's going on is I'm going to have a lengthy night of recording requests. Thanks to you people out there. Really do appreciate it. And I have not had a chance to watch this yet, but mainly because I'm waiting for a rainy day. It's one of those weird things that if I spend the night, because there's a lot of stuff on collections like these, so if I spend what would be the whole night watching it, I would feel bad because there's a lot of requests that people are waiting for, and I feel like I should be doing them. That's just how my mindset is, which is not a bad thing to have. And plus, it'll be here, so I can always wait till a rainy day. But I'm just glad to have this because it is a limited set. Now, there is an edition that's not limited that will have the movies and the features, but I wanted all the extra bonuses. But that is the Blair Witch Project limited edition from Second Sight. Now, as I'm recording this, apparently the disc 1, there's, I guess you say 3 versions of the film. One of them, I guess, is something about the audio. It's mono when it's supposed to be stereo. I did test these to see if they work, and I tested each one. It sounded fine to me, so I didn't catch it, but apparently a lot of the real audio files caught it. So, but they are sending a replacement disc. I'm like, okay, cool. But honestly, I would have been I'm more interested to check out the other ones, the remastered version and the festival cut. The festival cut, I believe, is 4 minutes longer. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. Now, a few thoughts on the Blair Witch Project. This is one of my favorite films. Well, it's definitely up there. Definitely one of my favorite horror films. I remember I saw this back in the day in 1999. In which I lived on a farm in the middle of nowhere in Iowa. And we did not have the computer. We did not have internet. So I didn't know this movie existed when it came out in the summer of '99. The only thing I knew about movies is maybe an issue of Entertainment Weekly. And maybe if I saw a trailer or a TV spot on the couple channels we had, because I think at that point we had cable, so I would see little bits on cable. I believe I saw The Curse of the Blair Witch at that time on Sci-Fi Channel, and Roger Ebert had given a review of the film which was positive, and I saw like a trailer or two. So, but I never knew there was a big hype behind it, because again, didn't have the internet, didn't have a computer, and people at school didn't talk about movies. The people in my school, unless it was a new Adam Sandler film, they didn't give a rat's ass about movies. At all. I could name a movie like Tremors 2 Aftershocks, and they think I was making it up. Which is funny, they would go, what's this, Tremors 3? Yeah, I bet that's a real movie. Tremors 4? I'm like, nowadays they'd go, well, yeah, it is, and there's a 5, and a 6, and a TV show, and a pilot for a show that was never picked up and never shown. So the joke's on them. But I saw this, could not get to a theater, but it was on VHS tape. And again, I was so intrigued because I had never even heard of the term found footage for a film. That's a new format. I'd never seen a film like that before. This is before I saw Cannibal Holocaust, or The Last Broadcast, or the McPherson tapes, or what was it, Man Bites Dog, I believe, 84 Charlie Mopic, which is a Vietnam found footage film. That's award action drama film, not a horror film. That's a good one, 84 Charlie Mopic. That was 1989, I believe, but I didn't know about any of that. And The Last Broadcast I had not seen. That film sucks donkey balls. That's a piece of shit. I know they ripped us off. I'm like, good, because they made a better movie than your piece of shit film. Okay, The Last Broadcast sucks. It is boring as hell. It is a great sleepy pill. I'd rather stick a sleepy pill up my ass and fall asleep than watch your movie and then fall asleep. So, good. I hope they ripped you off on purpose to say we could do it better. And in my opinion, they did. But anyway, But like I said, I saw it and I was hooked. I was entranced. I was sucked in. I felt like the fourth member of this group, and I loved it. Absolutely loved the film. I was hooked. I liked the three characters. They felt real to me. They felt natural to me. And it's like if you went hiking and you found a random shack and you found a random diary and you're reading, you realize, oh my god, this is the last moments of someone's life. That unsettling, creepy feeling that you got. And as I'm doing this, the guys at Dead Pit did a fantastic job. Wes, Aaron, CT Uncle Bill, and Garrett, Born to be Rad. Wonderful 90-minute retrospective on the film. Great job, guys. And yes, as Uncle Bill said, I do hate everything. But I don't hate this. And I think one of them mentioned how, a lot of people were disappointed by the ending of the film. I didn't. Like, honestly, it's one of those few films I watched and I felt my heart palpitate faster and faster because I was just in the zone. And I don't know what it's just because it was such a unique way of making a film. I was there because I'm seeing through their eyes. I'm like, wow, you can make a movie like this? And I'm like, of course you can. I'd never seen that before. I was hooked into the legend and the atmosphere and the actors, and it was a haunting ending to me. And I'm fine that I didn't see a creature because I think that would have taken me out of it because it felt real. If a creature went ooga booga booga, and it was a shitty effect, because more than likely it would have been a shitty effect, it would have taken me out. But because it did, I'm like, and then even when it ends, and it's not even music, but that boom, boom, boom. It's like, it's thunder, but it's not thunder. I don't know how you describe it, that sound, with the end credits. So I do look forward to watch this again, cleaned up. But for the longest time, it had a... Oh yeah, I saw the film, I loved it, I was hooked on it, and I got everything I could. I got the comic book, I got the shot glasses, I had a t-shirt, that was the Missing Persons poster, it was a white t-shirt, I got the... I wish I had that t-shirt, but that was 1999, so I've outgrown it. But I had a journal that you had to write in. It was just, Blair Witch was on the cover, but I wrote in the journal. I was hooked into it. Seeking Out, Showtime, years later, the Burkittsville 7, which I was disappointed in that one. It was another fake documentary like Curse of the Blair Witch. Because that's the thing, Curse of the Blair Witch is what the original concept for Blair Witch Project was. Originally, they wanted to make the film, from what I understand, like Curse of the Blair Witch. But thankfully they didn't, and they settled for this. But, yes, since then I was hooked. I saw Blair Witch 2, Book of Shadows. I hated it then. I hate it now. So much of that film doesn't make sense to me. I hated the characters. I didn't care for the direction they went in. I tried to play the PC game, or Rust and Par. I'm not good at PC games back in the day, so I didn't get far in it. I never played the PlayStation 4 game. Who knows, maybe someone will send that as a request one day. But I've seen people play it. It looks like I would rant on the rant on the game. So, who knows. I don't have the game, but it looked bad to me. And then they did that Blair Witch 2016, which is a huge pile of shit. You know what? I may suggest next time when I'm with the guys, we do a commentary on Blair Witch 2016. Like, do a commentary on this film, then do a commentary on Blair Witch 2016. But I don't know if they'd be down for it. Make Uncle Bill watch it. I've seen now, you watch it. But hey, we could watch the original after, if that's better, to cleanse the palate. I hate Blair Witch 2016. That is the biggest pile of bullshit. That's a horrendous fucking film. That is, it smells like dirty ass. I hate Blair Witch 2016 for a variety of reasons. I could go on for 50 minutes. But, anyway, this film never got a good release on home video. I had the VHS tape. That's how I first saw it, was on VHS tape. And then the DVD I had for the longest time. I think I did pick up the Blu-ray just to have it because I'm a fan. But I always for years talked about, why is there not a special edition of this film? How can there not be a special edition of this film? What is going on? This film deserves a special edition, and it finally got it. So that's why I really look forward to delving into the features and the other stuff in it. When I get time, of course. But that's good. It gave me something to wait on and something to look forward to, so that maybe that's not a bad thing. Now, to get into this, I know I'm 10 minutes in, but I just wanted to share sort of some of my thoughts on it. Trust me, I think I reviewed it once on the channel. It was like an hour-long review, but this is from like a decade ago. I think it's still up on the channel. I did it from like a decade ago, or more. I think it was longer. But anyway, this is Second Sight. It is a Region 2 Blu-ray, so you would need a region-free Blu-ray player to play it. Apparently, Lionsgate owns this movie in the U.S. They have the materials, they just don't want to do anything with it in the U.S. Whether they think they won't make money on it, or it's because the stuff going on with the actors, which I'll get to that in a few minutes. But I love the cover. I think it's a beautiful looking cover. It's got the 3 characters. I love the backdrop there. The text, simple, but it's like the movie. Very smooth, hard, thick case, yeah, that's what she said. I'll say it already. So at the end of it, I'll get to the movies last, as that way I'll talk about stuff. We have this book, which I was really excited to get this. I look forward to looking through this, because this has a variety of essays from the tradition of realism, Heather Donahue and the Imperfect Woman, Paranoia and Presence, Fear of the Unknown, How It Scares Without Seeing the Title Monster, Modern Movie Marketing and How I Modernized It, a little bit of that video game I mentioned for PS4, The Art of Horror, as well as production stuff from back in the day. So as you see, it's a lot of, actually I'll get to that in a minute, but a lot of material throughout this. So it's a lot of stuff to sink your teeth into. It's 180 some pages. Yeah, 181 pages. So it's definitely a lot. God damn it, now that Wes, aka CK, talked about the smell of this book, and now I get what the hell he's saying, because there is a nice smell to the book, because it is like a decent library smell. Fuck you. God damn him. Because I'm like, what the hell is he talking about smell? Now, I can tell. I think it's I think it's wood. It's like the paper that they use. You smell a bit of the the wood, like a type of wood, something like that, or yeah, it's definitely the pages. Yeah, it's definitely the pages that have the smell. I know, here, be huff and glue next time on camera. But I also like that they have like a timeline, so like of the timeline of what happened in the history of the mythology of the Death of Crawford Rock. So I like that. They also have director's notes, samples of notes typed up by the 2 directors to help the cast navigate the film's story, beats, and character development. So these are the notes they would give, like, Josh, here's your notes. This is supposed to be on your mind when you do the scene. If you can reference some of this stuff, go do it. Like, hey, this is a cool place. I'm not really too hungry, but we have that Mary Brown interview at 5. We don't want to be late. make sure to work that into the conversation. So stuff like that. Everything you've heard is true. Again, the modern movie marketing. So again, really look. It's cool that some of these, the Hitcher is the same way, have these type of books, because while you're paying a decent price, at least this book feels a bit more like I'm getting my money's worth, if that makes sense. You have these cards, which I don't know. I don't even know why. Why did this become a thing? These type of cards. Who gives a shit? Like, what are they doing with these cards? I don't know. Like, who gave a shit about that? I don't know. And then a notebook, which is kind of like the character's diary of Heather. So you read through it, and it's like, okay, this is what she was thinking on this day. This is what she was thinking on this day. Oh, she was thinking at this time, and this is what her thoughts were. So I thought that's kind of a cool addition, unique. And it's a replica of what she had, and then stuff written in like her diary of going out there. So I thought that was pretty cool. Then you get to disc 1 and disc 2. And cover there. Now disc 1, again, I didn't get a chance to watch them, but I just made sure they worked. Again, they are Region B, Region 2, so you need a region-free Blu-ray player. It does have a commentary from the old DVD with the makers of the film. They have a new commentary with historians, which that seems like a much common thing nowadays. Is historians talk about the film, which I don't listen to them as much, but I do want to give some of them more of a listen. And this has, I believe, 3 versions of the film. You have the original theatrical, you have the remastered version, which I'm really curious to look at that. Then you have the festival cut, which I believe is what they showed at Sundance, which is, I think, about 4 minutes longer, like a little bit more added to the beginning of the film, so, of interviews, like things a bit different. So that'll be interesting to give a look at. And then disc 2. Now, there is a documentary on the film. It is 2.5 hours long. Now, I really, truly do look forward to watching that. And I've heard reviews that it is, everything you want to know about it is in that documentary. Which, again, I'm glad they didn't skimp out. I'm glad it's 2.5 hours long. I am really, really excited to watch that. So, on a rainy day, I'll wait. Again, I got stuff I need to get to first. That's responsibility. But I look forward to that. The sad thing is, and I did flip through it to make sure, and yeah, it's true, the actors are not in the documentary. So that's really the only thing that makes this not definitive to me, is that the actors are not involved. Now, from what I understand, forgive me if I'm wrong, but from what I understand, what happened was the actors, Heather, Josh, and Mike, I think are in the middle of a lawsuit with, I guess it'd be Lionsgate, as well as the makers, because they want residuals. They want money. Because they signed a deal when, back in the day, they got like $500 a week. I think it was like $500 a week. Or was it $50? I think it was, I'm guessing $500 a week. Just $50, but I'm not going to do shit for $50 a week. So $500 a week, and they didn't get anything else. Just people thought it'd just be a tiny film that would go straight to video, and that's that. No one expected it to be this humongous phenomenon. But they didn't get paid jack squat. They didn't get any money since then. And I'm of two minds of this. On the one hand, I'm sitting there going, company, you guys made, I guarantee you, at least $100 million because of that film. I guarantee you made, with the marketing, with the box office, the VHS sales, the DVD sales, the gimmicks of all the merchandise, which I bought a bit of that back in the day. You made money. Just give those 3 actors a bit of a payoff. Hell, you made $100 million. Just give each of them $1 million. Here's $1 million. That's $3 million. There you go. Done deal. Like, what is the issue? But from what I understand, because of that, they kind of, I don't want to say on strike, but they don't want to involve with anything dealing with Blair Witch. I guess it's one thing if it's a convention or a screening. I guess maybe, hey, we'll get paid some money and talk at a screening, talk at a convention. I guess that's one thing, but I don't know if because of that, maybe they want too much money for this, or no, we don't make a stand because you guys don't profit off of this, and we're not going to do any of it, so we don't make a stand, and unfortunately they called you bluff, and I don't think they're going to get any money out of it. I don't think they're going to win whatever lawsuit they want to do, because think of all of the horror films back to the day. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Do you think Marilyn Burns got paid for anything for Texas Chainsaw Massacre? No. Hell, even Gunnar Hansen didn't get paid for anything. He was Leatherface. Countless horror films that became classics throughout the years. Do you think the actors who played Jason Voorhees and started off that character got any money? No. Not really. Heather Langenkamp, she didn't become a millionaire. She wasn't a star that got in major motion pictures, throughout the... do you think she got a shit ton of money? No. And she was Nancy in the first Nightmare on Elm Street. Thankfully, she was friends with Wes, and then, got her terror team on Elm Street 3, and then she did Wes Craven's New Nightmare, and once in a while she did some TV, but it's not like she became a major star. It happens all the time, in particular with the horror industry. But you still see Heather Langenkamp talk about the film, Nightmare on Elm Street, and doing interviews like Never Sleep Again. You still see the people Friday the 13th doing interviews. So I'm sorry to Heather, Josh, and Mike, you got screwed over. I still think you should have done the interviews for this. This is your legacy. The fans would love to have heard from you. And your lawsuit ain't going to amount to jack squat. It's not. And maybe that's why Lionsgate does not release it in the U.S. because maybe with SAG or other factors would result in some kind of friction, and I don't know. Do we have to pay these guys? Is there something we... Maybe it's a completely different reason. Maybe they just feel, Lionsgate feels we won't make money off Blur. I don't know. But again, sadly the actor's not involved. I guarantee you these guys asked the actors, and the actors said no. I guarantee you that's what happened. So I can't blame this company's Second Sight for that. Sure, I'll blame a studio, because fuck the studios, Lionsgate and them, because they don't care about you, and they don't care about me, so I don't care about them. Just pay these guys their fucking money and say, yeah, here, do the interviews. Let's let it be the full definitive. Let bygones be bygones. But at the same time, Lionsgate nowadays, they don't have shit for money. They're releasing... Didn't they do the Crow remake? They've been releasing bombs left and right. I don't think they have any money left. So that's another thing. You picked the wrong time, Heather Joshua. You picked the wrong time to get the Lionsgate for money. They're scrounging for pocket change when you're at the fountain, you're doing the wish. They're picking those coins out, putting them in their pocket, because they need any penny they got, because they ain't making... Didn't they also release Borderlands? I'm curious, what's been the state of Lionsgate? Lionsgate Films. List of Lionsgate's. Can't even say it right. But here's some of Lionsgate films. But okay, finally. Oh, Armor. That's Sylvester Stallone film that no one's going to see and is going to suck ass. Armor. Megalopolis, which, to be honest, the director put most of that money up, but still, whatever the studio spent on putting that in North America, they didn't get that money back. The Killer's Game with Batista, wasn't the worst thing ever, but wasn't that great. That flopped. The Killer's Game with Batista flopped. The Crow, horrible movie, it flopped. Borderlands, massive flop. And stuff you never heard of. Who's heard of Greedy People, Crescent City, Boneyard, Reunion, Lawning? The Strangers Chapter 1, I don't know if that made money. Boy Kills World, I liked that film. That didn't do anything. Imaginary, did that make any money? Co-production with Bumpkin House, Blumhouse, Bumhouse. I guess that cost $10 million and it made $28 million in the U.S. Ooh, congrats. You're rich. Not really. And before that, it was films like Expendables 4, which was a huge flop. The only reason they're still around is because John Wick saved their ass. And Saw. John Wick and Saw, maybe they have other deals with other people. John Wick and Saw is what saved their ass. And John Wick 4 and Saw 10 made a lot of money. There's nothing else making money. So, Heather Josh, you picked the wrong time to get the Lionsgate because they don't have money. So, maybe 10 years ago or something you could, but, not now. So, but it also has 90 minutes of deleted scenes. I look forward to that. Now, I don't know. I should have looked at them closely. I know there's that one deleted scene where they go to that cave. Not cave, bridge. They go to like a bridge and it led nowhere. It was like 30 minutes long. Because I did have a fan cut of the film that's like 2 hours long. So I'm guessing some of that footage is going to be in this. So I might have already seen it already. But still, if it's 90 minutes long, that means there's still stuff that I haven't seen yet. So that would be very interesting to watch. Because the cut, it was 2 hours, so it's an hour and 20. So it was like, I swear that one deletes is like 30 fucking minutes long. If so, then it's probably like 10 minutes. And then here. Anyway, I'm definitely curious to check that out, those 90 minutes of deleted footage, alternate tapes. And I guarantee you someone's going to make like a super duper cut, and I guarantee you I will try to find it, and I will try to download it, and I will try to watch it. It'll happen one day. I know it. I hope so. If I had the shit to rip the footage, I would do it. But this computer doesn't have a damn... It has no way to put the disc in. I'd have to buy a... I have it on my Amazon wish list, and I keep forgetting... I still haven't bought it yet. Because I have that ICU Detox one. That I want to rip that. And I haven't gotten it yet. I don't know. I'll think about it. Maybe I'll deal myself for Christmas. Who knows? We'll see. Anyway, it's got 90 minutes of deleted scenes. It's got the 2.5 hour documentary, sadly without the cast for the stuff I mentioned. It has Curse of the Blair Witch, teasers, trailers, a little bit of essay. It's like an essay that someone reads out. Would have been cool if they did some... Well, maybe that's in the documentary, actually. I was going to say, kind of like Sean Clark. Which, I mean, to be fair, there's stuff on YouTube, because I've seen a few people do it on YouTube. Where they go back to the location and they see what's left. Although, there's not going to be a whole lot to see, because it's the woods. But, Yeah, just the fact, I mean, it's got a remastered version, it's got a 2.5 hour documentary, 90 minutes of deleted scenes, that alone, and plus the presentation and the book, makes it a release that seems really, really cool. Really stupendous. I know, it's a 30-minute look at that, it's not a review, but, you know, me, I like to talk a lot. But yeah, Blair Witch Project, again, there is a smaller set, cheaper set, if you just want the movie and the features itself. But yeah, I wanted the additional stuff because it's a favorite of mine. With that said, it is available, I'm sure, on websites like, let's see, if it's Diabolic is where I got it from. Kind of curious. Just checking real quick. Well, the limited edition is out of stock. But let me see, Orbit DVD. Oh, not found. I'm just curious if... Well, here it says Orbit DVD. If I click on it, though, I went to one and it said... on Orbit DVD. It says add to cart, so Orbit DVD has it. I know there's the imprint one, but I didn't get that because there's like nothing on the for the first movie, and I don't like the second one, so I'm like, fuck the second one. I don't care to get a Blu-ray of that. But yeah. With that said, I know I've been talking for over 30 minutes. Thanks for watching. Take care, everyone. And I guess I just wanted to talk about the Blair Witch Project because I'm so glad finally someone gave this a decent release. Richly deserved, in my opinion. About time. But with that said, thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you guys later.